You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Electric vehicles were supposed to save us money while saving the planet. But fast forward to today and something unexpected is happening. Those shiny, futuristic EVs that were once hyped as the cheaper, eco-friendly alternative to gas cars are now proving to be far more expensive to maintain and run than anyone anticipated. Some drivers are even saying, maybe I should have just kept my old gas car. So what went wrong? Why are EVs, which promised us cheaper fuel and lower maintenance, now giving drivers sticker shock? We'll dive into the key reasons, and stick around because toward the end I'll reveal some surprising truths about how taxes, incentives, and hidden costs are making the gas versus electric debate even more complicated than you think. Let's start with the elephant in the room: batteries. These things are the heart of any EV, and unfortunately they come with a hefty price tag. Sure, battery technology has improved, and the cost of production has dropped by as much as 80% over the last decade. But here's the twist: EV prices haven't followed suit. Instead of becoming more affordable, many EVs are actually getting more expensive. Why? Automakers are focusing on performance and luxury. Everyone wants a bigger battery, more range, faster acceleration. Basically, cars that look and feel like something out of a sci-fi movie. But all that extra tech comes at a cost. And if that battery needs replacing, brace yourself, a new EV battery can cost between $7,000 and $10,000, easily outpacing what it costs to replace a gas engine. And there's more. Batteries degrade over time. So if you're buying a used EV, you better check the battery's health. Otherwise, you might end up footing the bill for a replacement sooner than you'd like. Next up, let's talk electricity. A lot of people assume that switching from gas to electric will mean saving big on fuel costs. And to be fair, charging your EV at home can be cheaper, if you live in the right place. In states like California, electricity prices have soared to 18 to 20 cents per kilowatt hour. If your car has a 75 kilowatt-hour battery, that's around $15 per full charge. Not exactly pennies, right? But here's the kicker: most people don't have access to cheap home charging. Those who live in apartments or dense urban areas often rely on public charging stations, which are getting more expensive by the day. And if you're using Tesla's superchargers or other fast-charging networks, you're looking at costs that can rival, or often exceed, a gas station fill-up. As energy grids get more stressed, expect electricity prices to fluctuate even more. Some experts predict that electricity rates will climb even higher as demand increases. If that happens, those savings on fuel, they just might go up in smoke. We've been told that EVs are low maintenance. No oil changes, no spark plugs, just smooth, quiet rides. But here's the thing: low maintenance doesn't mean no maintenance. EVs come with their own unique set of upkeep challenges. For starters, tires wear out faster on electric cars. Why? Because EVs are heavier due to their large batteries, and that weight puts extra strain on the tires. EV-specific tires are more expensive, and you'll need to replace them more often than with traditional gas cars. And then there's the issue of specialized repairs. If your battery management system malfunctions or your charging port breaks, you can't just roll up into any repair shop. EVs require technicians with specific training, and that drives up repair costs and wait times. Think about it. Even something as minor as a software glitch might need a dealership visit, which can translate into extra dollars and downtime. If you plan to charge your EV at home, installing a level 2 charger is almost a necessity. Charging your car through a standard outlet can take up to 24 hours, and nobody has time for that. But here's the catch: installing a level 2 charger can cost anywhere between $2,000 and $7,000, depending on your home's electrical setup. If your electrical panel needs upgrading, that's another cost. And for those who don't have a garage or easy access to at-home charging, public chargers are the only option, where prices can easily jump with peak hour usage fees. Waiting times at charging stations are also becoming a bigger issue as more drivers go electric. Imagine sitting in line for 30 minutes every time you needed to fuel up. Time is money, folks. Yes, the sweet promise of government rebates and tax credits. These incentives have made it easier for many drivers to afford EVs. But here's the thing: incentives don't last forever. Several states have already begun phasing out rebates, and new taxes are on the horizon. Since EV owners don't pay traditional gas taxes, revenue that funds road maintenance, Governments are now considering mileage-based taxes. That's right, every mile you drive might come with a fee, which means even more costs for EV owners. Without these incentives, the financial benefits of owning an EV start to look not so great. Now let's talk resale value. If you've ever owned a car, you know how important it is to get a decent price when it's time to sell. But for EV owners, resale can be tricky. Why? Because nobody wants to buy a used EV with an aging battery that might need replacing soon. Even if your car looks pristine, the looming cost of a battery replacement can scare off potential buyers. Gas cars, on the other hand, tend to hold their value better, especially trucks and SUVs. So if you're banking on selling your EV after a few years to recover some of the upfront cost, you might want to rethink that strategy. Let's not forget the emotional toll of range anxiety. Sure, modern EVs can travel over 300 miles on a single charge, but that's under ideal conditions. Throw in cold weather, hilly terrain, or a bit of highway speeding, and your range can drop significantly. And when your battery runs low in the middle of nowhere, finding a fast charger can seem like a nightmare. Compare that to gas cars, where you can find a station on almost every corner, and you start to see why some drivers are reconsidering the switch to electric. Time spent waiting for a charge, not to mention planning your route around charging stations, can become a frustrating part of daily life. So what does the future hold? Will EVs eventually become affordable for the masses, or will they remain a luxury item for the wealthy? Automakers are working hard to bring down production costs, but they're still grappling with supply chain disruptions, rising material costs, and labor shortages. Until these issues are resolved, don't expect EV prices to drop dramatically anytime soon. And even if manufacturers manage to reduce costs, electricity prices and infrastructure limitations will continue to be a major hurdle. Until the grid catches up with demand and charging becomes more accessible, the dream of affordable, hassle-free electric driving might just remain that, a dream. At the end of the day, EVs still offer some undeniable benefits, like lower emissions and cutting-edge technology. But they aren't the silver bullet they were made out to be. If you're thinking about switching to electric, make sure you crunch the numbers carefully. Gas cars may not be as outdated as we thought. Let me know in the comments, are EVs still worth it? Or is the hype starting to fade? And if you found this video useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.